Hey guys, what's going on? Jaime Soriano here from Long Island, New York, and I just wanted to cut this video for you. And today I wanted to talk about the big success secret. Now, this video is for people that are in the network marketing space, people that are, actively building their MLM business. But, even if you're an affiliate marketer or someone who, just might be building a business online, whether that be selling your own products or selling ebooks or something of that nature, or maybe even if you're a traditional business owner, the concept I'm going to talk about right now can definitely benefit you. Okay, but again, I'm going to be gearing it towards network marketers, because if you're on my blog, if you're watching this video, if you're on my Facebook page, or maybe you're on my list, chances are you're in one way or another affiliated with network marketing. Maybe you're looking to get involved with a network marketing company. Maybe you're an active network marketer. Or maybe you're someone who, maybe was in the industry at some point, and maybe you're thinking about getting back in. But here's the key, guys. I want to give you the big success secret. Now, when I talk about the big success secret, okay, every big network marketer that is in the industry, okay, they understand and accept this concept, okay? And so here's the deal. I'm going to just jump right into the information, because I do want to keep this video, kind of short and sweet. But why do some people build big while others struggle? Isn't that funny? Like, it just boggles my mind sometimes when I think about it. You can take, two people that are in the same company, have the same comp plan, the same products, same tools, same presentation, maybe even the same sponsor, and one of them goes out and achieves success, right? And the other one just struggles and just can never get it going. Why is that? And then again, there's a lot of things that come into play. Obviously there's mindset, there's maybe past experiences, whatever, okay? But one of the keys, okay, when I look at the difference between someone who makes it in network marketing, okay? When I say make it, doesn't necessarily have to be someone who's making 7 figures a year or 7 figures a month, but just someone who has success, someone who, is out there, they're making money, they're producing, their team is growing, they're just, they're living good, right? They have a great lifestyle. And someone who just can't they just, whatever they do, they just can't get any traction. They just can't seem to get it going. It's this, okay? This is something that I've noticed over 18 years that I've been involved in this industry, is that big leaders, okay, successful leaders understand the importance of compressing time frames. Now, that's something you might want to write down if you're, looking to get some takeaways here. Okay, that's one of the things that is major. Okay, big leaders, successful leaders understand the importance of compressing time frames. Okay, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about real quick. Let's just say, okay, you go out there and you sponsor, I'm talking about personally sponsor, right? You personally sponsor 12 people in the next 30 days, right? You go out there and you say, you know what? I'm going to go out there and sponsor 12 people. You make a list, you start marketing, you start doing videos, you start blogging, you start getting on Facebook, connecting with people on social media, you start texting people that you might know, you start emailing contacts that you might have, and you just say, you know what? I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to sponsor 12 new people personally in the next 30 days, right? Now let me give you a second scenario, okay? Let's say you sponsor one person a month for the next 12 months, right? You say, you know what? I'm busy, I got things that are going on, I'm just going to take my time and I'm going to sponsor one person a month for the next 12 months. Well, check this out. In both scenarios, you're bringing in 12 people into your business, right? You bring in 12 people over the next 30 days, or you bring in one person over the next 12 months, one person a month for the next 12 months. Both scenarios, you're bringing in 12 new people personally into your business, right? But each scenario will give you extremely different results, right? For example, if you go out there and you sponsor 12 brand new people into your business, right, over the next 30 days, guess what? You're going to have an explosion. You're going to have the beginnings of momentum. I'm not going to say you're in full momentum just yet, okay, but you're going to have the beginnings of momentum. You're going to bring on 12 people. They're going to go out there. They're going to start telling some folks. You're going to start helping them bring in some folks of their own. And boom, all of a sudden you have the beginnings of momentum. But when you bring in one person a month for the next 12 months, you know, there's just nothing there. There's nothing there to spark an explosion, right? As a matter of fact, you know, I asked this question to somebody. I said, look, if you sponsor one person a month for the next 12 months, how many people are you going to have, you know, a year from now? And they said, well, I'm going to have 12. Wrong. Okay. You're going to have 0. Okay. Because there's just no team dynamics. There's no synergy. You know, by the time you bring your second person in, that first person would have quit already. By the time you bring your third person in in the third month, the second person you brought in your second month probably quit also. Right? And there's just no team synergy that's going on. As opposed to the first scenario where you bring in 12 people, guess what? People start to meet other people. There's some type of team dynamic that goes on, maybe some internal competition, you know, in a fun way starts happening, and a team starts to form, a team starts to gel, right? Whereas if you bring in one person a month over the next 12 months, there's just, you know, there's no momentum. There's just nothing going on, okay? So both scenarios, 12 people came into your business, but totally different. What's the key? The key is in the first scenario, you compressed time frames. You did the same amount of work, but instead of over a year, you did it in the next 30 days. That's what compressing time frames is all about, right? And in network marketing, you have the ability, okay, to compress time frames, right? I mean, think about this for a second, right? I mean, why do network marketers work so hard? Why do people that are in their own business work so hard? Because they're trying to compress 10, 20, 30, 40 years of work into the next 5, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, why work for the next 30 or 40 years when you can just bust your hump and get crazy, right? And pay the price over the next 5, 6, 7 years and get it over with, right? And then you can kind of kick back. I'm not going to say you're fully retired at that point and not doing anything, but you're in a different place, right? Maybe you're going to big events, you're doing calls, but you're not going to be in the trenches like you are day one, right? So let me bring it back here and reel it in because I don't want to go off on a tangent here. The key to success, what you want to do in your business is you want to go out there and you want to create an explosion. How? By compressing time frames, okay? See, intensifying your efforts over a short period of time is critical to your success. And I apologize for this, some of the words getting blocked out here, okay? But you got to intensify your efforts. You got to, okay? So here are some important keys to remember as you relaunch your business. Now, maybe you're brand new and you're just launching your business, but you know, let's assume you're somebody that's been in the industry, someone who's maybe been around. Maybe you've been around for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever the case might be. Isn't it cool that you can relaunch your business anytime you want to, right? So as you relaunch your business, I'm going to give you some keys that you need to remember, put it in your head so that you can ignite this explosion. So you can compress time frames and get momentum, get over that hump and get into the momentum zone, okay? Number 1, sounds very basic, okay? But you need to develop a burning desire. You know what I found out? Is that most people, okay, they just don't have a burning desire, okay? When you have a burning desire to accomplish something, you don't let anything stand in your way, okay? Challenges come up, things happen, right? But you don't let that deter you because you're just so focused on accomplishing what it is that you're trying to accomplish, okay? Now, one of the keys to developing a burning desire is step number 2 is you need to have a goal. And you need to be clear and specific with your goal. You know what I found out? People that don't have a desire, they don't have clear goals, okay? They're just not clear. And I get like that. I'm just going to, I get like that too. I'm a human being, right? Whenever things get, cloudy for me and maybe I lose a little momentum or some motivation, a lot of times I'll sit down with a piece of paper and I'll just start rewriting my goals. I'll start, what do I want? What do I want to accomplish? Where would I want to be in the next 30 days? Where do I want to be in the next 6 months? Where do I want to be in the next 12 months, the next 5 years, the next 10 years? And guess what? It starts, the juices start flowing again. The desire starts coming back. So that's a good exercise, okay? If you find yourself maybe, wavering or maybe you lose a little momentum or some motivation, get clear again if you have to with your goal. Write it down. Get some pictures. Just be clear with what it is that you want, because when you have a clear mental picture and it's specific, right? I mean, it's just there's a magic to that. Okay, there's a magic to that. You start developing, you start attracting things into your circle. Okay, that actually helps you accomplish your goals. So you want to set a clear and specific goal. Number 3, you want to develop a game plan with clear steps. Okay, and a deadline for the attainment. Now I'm actually piggybacking on what I just talked about, but you want to set a deadline for when it is that you want to accomplish these goals. It might be a 90-day goal, a 6-month goal, a 12-month goal, but set a deadline. See, when you don't have a deadline, you just kind of, you have a lackadaisical attitude. I'll get to it when I get to it, okay? But when you have a deadline to get something done, it's amazing how productive you can be. I mean, think about this for a second. The example I always give people is I say, look, have you ever had to clean your house and maybe it was something you dreaded, you weren't into it. Who's really into cleaning their house, right? And it took you, 2, 3 days, 4 days, right, to clean your house, right? Spring cleaning, sometimes people call it, right? Like we're going to be hitting spring soon here. And a lot of people, they do spring cleaning, and over, a weekend, 2 days, 3 days, maybe even 4 days, they clean their house, and it's a drag, right? Let me give you another example, okay? You ever have somebody call your house and say, hey, I'm in the neighborhood. I'm dropping by. I'll be there in an hour. Now, all of a sudden, your house could have been the same. It could have been the same level of messiness, right? But you get that baby clean. You clean your house in an hour. You get it all done because somebody's dropping by in an hour. See, there's magic to having a deadline, okay? When you have a deadline for something, there's a sense of urgency. You start working harder. You start you make it happen. So when you are writing down your goals and you're developing these clear steps that I'm talking about, you want to have a deadline for when it is that you're going to achieve these things, okay? Because otherwise you're just going to have a lackadaisical attitude. Number 4 is you want to use a calendar. You want to follow it daily. Use a calendar and follow it daily, okay? You need to know what's going on, what's happening, okay? What's going on this week? What's going on today? What's going on tomorrow? And some of you guys are like, well, that sounds like a drag. That sounds like a lot of work. You don't got to do it forever. You just do it in that specific period of time that you're going to compress that time frame and get momentum going. Because at some point in your business, you're going to have to go out there and spark and create momentum. Because momentum doesn't happen by accident. The good news is once you start it, you can actually ride that wave for a long period of time. See, when I got started in this industry, I went through a long learning curve. As a matter of fact, my first 6 months, I kind of floundered around and I was excited. I just didn't know what I was doing, right? But I went to a big event. I had 2 other people with me on my team at that event, and we came back and we went out there, and I'm just going to flat out tell you, we went out there and straight out crushed it. I mean, we went out there and we actually broke the recruiting record for for my level at that point in the company. We got a letter from the CEO saying, for the last 5 months, we've seen that you've broke the level of recruiting for your level. And in 6 months, we went out there and we hit the top position of RVP in that company. So in 6 months, my first 6 months, nothing was going on. I had nothing happening. The same following 6 months, we exploded, okay? How did I do that? Because I was out there and I was, I said, you know what? I'm going to go out there and just kill it. And, here's the great thing, okay? I never really worked that hard again that I did in that 6 month time frame. But yet our business and income started to grow and grow and grow quarter after quarter, year after year. Because why? Because of that 6 months. So what am I saying? You don't got to go do this forever. You don't got to be on your calendar following it daily forever. You just got to do it for a period of time, right? Number 5, you need to become a student of the business, become an expert at what you do. You need to become good at what you do. See, big money isn't paid to people that don't, master their craft. It's just the way it is, okay? I mean, when you look at people that are in sales, people that are in marketing, people that are in business, people that are in network marketing, if big money isn't paid to those people that don't know what they're doing. So you got to become a student of the business. You got to become an expert at what you do. I could spend a whole hour talking about that, okay? And I'll probably do a video of that, later on. But just understand that you're going to go out there and you're going to, you're going to become an expert. You're going to become the leader, okay? Isn't it funny that the way you become an expert is by just doing activity, right? Some of you are like, well, I need to learn everything before I do something. No, just go do something and you're going to learn what to do, what not to do. You're going to muck it up and mess it up, but you're going to figure out through experience what works, what doesn't work. That's just how it is in network marketing, right? So go out there, become a student, learn what you got to do, implement, and you're going to become good, okay? Number 6 is don't let up for any reason. Don't let up for any reason, okay? Whatever period of time, and I like to, whenever I do like a crazy, blitz, I usually do it over 90 days. Because 90 days is it's a good time frame for you to get things going. It's not too short. It's not too long. It's just, you can do anything for 90 days. Art Williams used to always say, you can do anything for 90 days. Okay. For 90 days, you can do anything. Okay. So don't let up for whatever reason. Don't get distracted. Just put your blinders on. Okay. Put your blinders on and just stay focused. And number 7, you want to maximize non-productive hours. I'm going to skip through that a little bit because I do want to jump to number 8 and I want to wrap up this video. But again, this is pretty simple. Maximizing non-productive hours. Every one of us has time during the day where it's not productive. Like, for example, for me, late at night, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I'm usually up, right? I'm a night owl. But those are really non-productive hours. Like in network marketing, sales marketing, it's usually 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. are prime hours. That's when people are up. That's when you can make phone calls. That's when you can get in front of people, when you can, whatever, right? 10:30 at night, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. It's non-productive hours. But what do I do to become productive? That's a time where I go out there and I start messaging people that I need to get in touch with on Facebook, right? That's when I send out an email. That's when I craft some of these videos. Right? I want to become productive in those non-productive hours, just so I can just get everything done. Now, again, not forever, but for 90 days. Okay, if I'm going out on a blitz for 90 days, I'm killing. I'm burning the midnight oil. Okay, I'm just going out there and doing whatever I got to do, and that's what you got to do, right? And number 8. And I talked about this a little bit before, but you want to leverage the power of 90 days, okay? A 90-day blitz, anyone could do. You can do anything for 90 days. Again, as I mentioned before, not too long, not too short. It's like the perfect time frame, okay? Perfect time frame. So, what I would do if I were you is I would set a goal over the next 30, 60, and 90 days. You know what I mean? It's like, for the next 30 days, I'm going to bring in X amount of people. For the next 60 days, I'm going to bring in X amount of people. For the next 90 days, I'm going to have this many people that I'm going to personally bring in, right? Personally, because you can't control other people in your business. So remember, the speed of the team is determined by the speed of the leader, okay? You can't control what, your people are going to do, but you can control what you're going to do. You can't control, if they're going to work, but you control if you're going to work, right? Now, you want them to work, you want to encourage them, you want to coach them, but here's what I found out over my 18 years. The only way you get people to get off their butts and working is by you going out there and working, right? You leading by example. You going out there and showing them that, hey, look, you don't need them to do anything. You're going to go get it done anyway. And you know what I found out? The leaders, the good people that are in your team, they look at your example. They say, you know what? I don't want to get left behind. I'm going to get my butt going, right? So you got to remember that the speed of the team is determined by the speed of the leader, and you're the leader. Okay, you're the leader on your team. So if you want to compress time frames and get your business into momentum, it's going to be all up to you. So listen, hopefully you got something out of this video. You got some value. If we're not connected on social media, let's get connected today. Hit me up on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. If you're not on my email list and a subscriber yet, go ahead and jump on my website, jaimesoriano.net. Submit your email there. There's going to be various places you can submit your email. And, once you're on that list, I can send you training. I could send you updates. If there's webinars that I'm going to be putting on, blog posts that I do, I usually send that out so that you get them. So again, get on my list if you haven't done so already. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you got some value from this video, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, guys. Jaime Soriano here from Long Island, New York. Talk to you soon.